Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Open Office Hours. I'm Crystal Hinkle. I'm part of the team here, and I'll let the ladies introduce themselves.
Hey everybody, I'm Tatiana. Welcome to our open office hours.
Hi everyone, I'm Brandy and I'm excited to see you guys today.
Absolutely. Kind of like if you've been here before, thank you so much for continuing to join us. Sorry, I'm going to repeat some things that you've probably heard before, but just for all of you that are new to Open Office Hours, just wanted to give you kind of the rundown of a couple things that we do here. All questions are like open. So it does not matter where you are in your journey with Syncro, whether you've never even looked at the software, you're just trialing it, or you've been using it for a year. Whatever questions you have, please use the Q&A. So if you do see us kind of like shift our glance, it's us just probably triaging that Q&A. So we'll get through those. Hopefully we get through them in order and as quickly as we can, but don't hesitate to just start throwing those questions in there like as soon as they pop into your head or for whatever reason you came today. Otherwise, letting you know this is recorded. So if you want to reference this for later, and then also all of the ones we've done in the past are also on our YouTube channel, which is a great place to reference other really, really great resources as well. But to kick it off, I'm just going to hand it right on over to Brandy.
Awesome. Well, you guys, today I have some exciting stuff. It's going to be super short and sweet for our deep dive. We are going to talk about the asset aging report. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you guys here in your reports. You're going to find it just by clicking into the asset aging report. With this, we wanted to give you guys the opportunity to make more money. We know that's a big focus, and using our reporting just very easily identifies some opportunities and some potential for you here. So what's going to happen is Syncro is automatically going to give you some recommendations on assets that might need replacement. One, it might be based on their age. So if it's an older device, then that's a good opportunity for you there. Or based on if they have excessively low memory or storage, then you'll be able to see that down below here. Out to the right, you're also going to be able to quickly identify devices that might not be running supported operating systems. So again, just giving you another upgrade opportunity here. If we scroll, and out to the right, those are going to be the actual devices, how many, and then I can drill into each one of those. If you go down further, it's just going to give you further details with the opportunity to pop into each one of those devices. So this can also be filtered. It can be scheduled on a regular basis if you would like to send it to a customer on a regular basis, or what we would recommend too is, whether that be monthly, quarterly, annually, that you're meeting with your customers to go over your contract with them and give them recommendations. It just provides further upselling opportunities for you if you take this alongside. So that's it for today. Super short and sweet, but that's one of our newer reports and I really like it.
Yeah, this report is pretty awesome. I was just talking to one of our MSPs. Actually, they've been on open office hours actually, but they send this report like on a quarterly basis, and it's proven to build a pretty nice revenue stream because I think people see outdated computers and you're like, oh no. And so I think it's really a great way to kind of even expand your MSP business, because maybe you're not offering that even right now. Maybe you're not replacing machines, but it's a pretty great revenue stream for sure. Awesome. Go ahead, Tatiana.
Awesome. Quick question here from Young Kim. He says, or they say, is there any marketing material for an MSP to use? So currently, we would love to build something. I would think that if you email your account representative and if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see in something like that, again, as a modern MSP platform, we are here to help you make more money with Syncro. So if you guys have any questions with marketing materials or anything like that, there isn't anything right off the bat that we have that I can share with you guys. I will mention real quick, there aren't any really built-in templates that we have available currently, but I'll share my screen here real quick and show you guys. We do have a here here we go. We do have a email marketing campaign built into Syncro. So if you haven't used this yet, it's called Mailer. You have the capability here to send emails to your customers, whether it's just a company-wide update, if you guys are updating your hours or changing how you do things, you can send an email, like a mass email to all of your customers this way. I'll show you guys an example here. You can send a automatic email to any set of customers based on a saved customer search or a saved asset search. So again, this is more email marketing campaign related, but if there are specific marketing materials or things that will help you sell your services to your customers, and we can help you with that, knowing the capabilities that you have within Syncro, knowing that the automations that you have built in to make your life as easier as possible, please do send those our way. We would love to compile those for you and make something beautiful and polished and to use as a resource.
Awesome. Thank you, Tatiana. I'm going to grab just a couple. One from Kyle, feature request, password protected installs to prevent any bogus installs. So I have really great news. Has this been released? I'm sorry. For some reason, I actually don't think I know if this has been released. No. Okay.
I don't think so, but we've been talking about it for a while.
I think this is something that we actually, my guess is it's in test right now. And so I'm probably not going to deep dive into this, Kyle, but be on the lookout, I guess is what I can say for that one. And then I'm going to grab one from Austin. I asked a question just in chat to just get a little bit more verification on his question. But basically, I think what he's looking for is a report when like there's new machines being onboarded, to like get a quick view of those machines as they are deployed. So I guess to be honest, thank you for clarifying, by the way, but I'm not quite sure if we really have a report that shows new assets. Do you guys know? I'm going to share my screen really quick and then immediately get out of the screen that I was on because it's not there quite yet, Kyle, but we're getting there. But as far as a report to show new assets, I don't think that there is a report that shows new assets. However, I was curious if you can sort by, like you can sort by created date, right? So I think you can customize this. And am I on the right track, you guys? Because, okay. So if you add created to this filter list here, then you can filter by that date and see what's been deployed most recent. And then I believe you can even then export this to a CSV. So you can do that. Not like a specific report, but I think hopefully that will help.
Awesome. Thank you, Crystal. I'm going to go ahead and tackle two questions at once and then something exciting too. So Shane and Derek, I think your questions can go alongside each other in one place. So Shane's asking, how can I get a list of where a particular app is installed?
Oh, Tatiana, did she freeze for you as well?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I didn't even read those questions quite yet, but let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen and then and she might hop back in and then take over this. But so Shane, it says, oh, are you there, Brandy? Because you froze.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys froze, but okay, let me try this again. Are you able to hear me clear now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so here we've got the saved asset search out to the left. So again, they're asking if I can see bitdefender installed or a certain application on specific devices. You can absolutely create a saved asset search for a specific installed application. So you could do that. You could do one for if it has bitdefender installed. You could do this for, again, if there's a certain software you're looking for, you could create a saved asset search for that. And then based on that saved asset search, you can do any number of different things here. That's one place you can do it. Another place is if you actually look into the device, you would see a list of installed applications. And then you can also get, this isn't going to tell you which installed app it is, but you will get a notification. And I believe at that time of the notification, you'll see what it is. So application installed or application uninstalled, you can get notifications on that. But probably the best way is to do a saved asset search for that's what I would recommend. And since we are here and there's only a couple of questions, I'm going to show you something because Cordell normally joins us on Fridays, and I'm not sure if you're with us today, but I know you always look at them. And it's public knowledge now, which is why I'm going to show you this. But he's in this group, and I want to just let you guys know when you request feature requests, super important piece of that is instead of just telling us you want this specific feature is to give us an explanation. So the example, and Andy posted this in the Facebook group yesterday, so I know a lot of you guys in there saw it, but Cordell gave us a really long explanation of what would make his life easier and how he could invoice quicker, make more money easier. And he had the suggestion, which I'm sure a lot of you did, to be able to add your different statuses here. So now you are able to add pending ticket charges based on results only. If you want to do that, that's going to be rolling out today, but it is public knowledge in our, and I saw like over 500 people saw it. So probably most of you guys in there saw, but just when you submit your feature request, explain why you need it, a use case, and how it can help your business. Super helpful because whenever when our developers see that, they're like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, let's get it going. But I just wanted to share that and really appreciate Cordell taking the time to do that.
That one is super exciting. Thank you so much for sharing that, Brandy. Next question here from Anthony. I'm actually getting some clarity from our support team, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of skip over that one, but I will come back to it as soon as I get a response here. So one question in here is from Austin that I wanted to address. He says, what is the advantage of having Bitdefender managed through Syncro? So I will share my screen and I will show you all the reasons you can have or you would want to have Bitdefender through Syncro. So first things first is it is super easy deployment. If you go over to your policy section, you can choose which policy you want to apply Bitdefender on. I'm going to select the base package. If you scroll down about halfway, you'll see that this is where you can choose which antivirus you'd like to use. Unfortunately, you cannot test Bitdefender on trial currently. We're working towards that, but how you use it, enable it from here, the device will install antivirus and it will pop up in the Gravity Zone portal and you manage it through there. Additionally, for Bitdefender specifically, you do have a lot of add-ons to choose from. So if you need next layers of security for your CEO's computer, your accounting departments, anything like that, you do have a lot of choices here for Bitdefender right through Syncro. And it's going to be part of your Syncro bill, so it's all going to be kind of wrapped up into one invoice from Syncro. So I do recommend checking out those options there. The other kind of lesser known helpful tip that I have for you guys specifically with Bitdefender antivirus is you can pull in two currently different types of alerts when through Bitdefender. So they'll come through into your alerts section and it'll say there's two different ones. And the reason I'm showing you these is you can use those as triggers for your automated remediation. So I have one set up in here from the alerts. I clicked Managed Automated Remediation, opened that in a new tab, and I just set this one up here as an example. So I opened this automated remediation, and as you can see here for the condition I've selected trigger category is Bitdefender Antivirus. These are the two alert bodies that are currently available. You can say if alert body contains deleted malware or if alert body contains blocked malware. I need Syncro to respond by converting this alert into a ticket. You can say antivirus is blocked, status is resolved, since you're not going to be doing any work towards that. You can set it to any random ticket type that you want. Maybe you want to filter those alerts and you say AV alert, or ticket issue type is AV alert, whatever it might be. Maybe you want to just create a private comment for your own knowledge, or maybe you want to let your customer know how much of a headache you saved them and just say, we blocked a virus from you. Again, I don't know how often you guys have these filtering in, but those are kind of the best tips. What this will do, again, if you convert this into a ticket, it will attach this ticket to that asset and to that customer so that you don't have to do any type of reassigning, removing labels, adding it to different assets, things like that. It's all taken care of for you. And of course, making you look good in front of your customers as well.
That was awesome. Thank you, Tatiana.
Sure.
I was like, wow, learning stuff every day. So my turn. think so.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. I'll grab this one. Is there a way to have multiple contacts receive information, ticket updates, etc., via email per customer account, i.e. we create a ticket and multiple contacts with the customer get notified? So Jason, yes and no is the answer to that. Let me share my screen really quick. I'm going to go to a specific ticket. So yes, you can add additional CCs here. You can just start typing, and if they're a contact for this customer, it'll like autofill and you can just grab those contacts. So that's how you can just add them individually to a ticket, assuming you're not wanting it to automate, like every ticket gets CC'd for this customer. But the other part I wanted to show you too, and we did actually just add this, which is really, really cool. So since you said tickets, etc., let me just show you a couple other things that we've added to contacts. So as you can see, you've got contact information. I've got Brandy here. And then what I can do here is choose if I want her to receive billing emails, marketing emails, or report emails. So if there is a contact that you would want all scheduled reports to also go to outside of the main contact, you can just have that automatically happen from here. At this point, I think it would be a feature request if you wanted a contact to just automatically be assigned to all tickets, for example. But an interesting feature request and kind of an add-on to something that we've already done to improve contacts. So happy to pass that along. All right.
Awesome. I have an update here for that first question from Anthony. His original question was, does pause countdown for select ticket status trump SLA active hours? I have SLA active hours to set, but new in progress unchecked, but tickets will still show as SLA is paused even during business hours. So the response that I got from our technical support team is it does look like the pause countdown is meant to apply during active hours as well. However, if you're saying that the new in progress is not set to pause, but tickets are showing as paused with those statuses during active hours, please do reach out to support, and it's just help@synchromsp.com for that one.
Did you take that first one, Tatiana?
Nope, I closed mine out. The next one here is, I think, is for you from Shane.
Okay, mine is so off because I don't see that. That's like 18 later for me. So ours are not in the right order. Sorry about that, guys. I see Jason's about a possible feature request. We wish to maintain a vendor contact list per customer. So customer A has rep B, and customer X has customer, and C have rep D, whatever. Okay, so here we go. Possible feature request, but also there's a way that you can do this. So let me just pop open mine real quickly. For a customer, you can have custom fields. So if you want to, you could do it this way. I'm happy to log what you're looking for, but you could create a custom field and just put that information in here. Custom fields can be created for a customer, contact, ticket, and asset. And I believe Shane's also asking about on the asset, those fields, like if you add passwords, they can absolutely be encrypted too. So you can have text boxes, they could be drop downs, they can be links to other things, but you can use Password Vault that's found in our App Center, and you're able to encrypt any custom fields that you create. So customers, contacts, tickets, assets again. So on that customer page, you could put, its rep A, B, C, whatever it is that you would like to there. They can also be pop-up custom fields. So for like a VIP customer, that type of a thing. And then on assets, Shane, you were asking about these. So yes, any custom field that you create here can also be encrypted. So you can absolutely store information here, super secure. You're the only one that holds the key to that password phrase. We can't even reset that for you. So very, very secure, but I would highly suggest using that.
Awesome. Do you want me to go? Let's just go in order, or we'll just not try not to interrupt each other, but I'll grab a couple here. Randy wants to know, can you show how to save a chat to an existing ticket? As far as I know, I think that's like one of the last feature requests we have open for chat. Because it was funny because I was loving this. We did a What's New in Syncro webinar, and I got to cover chat, and it was like there was like this whole release of chat, and then literally like a week and a half later, we added 6 huge new things to it. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. So I think that is something that we'll continue to look at, and so I will pass that along to the team because I think we got that in open office hours as well, and Ian heard that one too. And then the other one is Shane says, SMS Twilio, awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. It's a huge new awesomeness feature. But I don't want to send a bunch of default SMS messages. Can I disable default SMS notifications, much like email, so I can send ticket updates via SMS selectively, but have no automated SMS sent? So I believe so. I think it works the same. Doesn't it work just exactly pretty much the same as it does currently before you could like use your own number? So meaning like if you were in a ticket, let me just grab one here. And if anyone wants to pop in and provide any additional information, happy to hear that too. But you can of course, you can turn on text messaging as an option or turn it off based upon like the customer detail page. But from here, like if you have it enabled, you can choose, how you're communicating with your customer. So as far as I know, like it still defaults straight to email, but then now you have, if you enable text messaging, you have SMS and then SMS plus email. Now, as far as like autoresponders, I didn't think that automatically sent SMS just by default. So I think you're fine on that. So I think as far as I know, the functionality between picking and choosing how you want to send those text messages is virtually the same. You just now get the awesome advantage of using your own phone number, and you actually can have multiple phone numbers. You can choose which number you want to use. But I think the rest of the functionality is very similar. Okay, take it away, whoever's next.
I can go. I don't know why our lists are reorganized. It looks like there's two in here from that are assigned to you, Brandy, but I'll go ahead and just grab this one from Gianna. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So the question here is, what is the best practice for completing quote unquote completing tickets with no charge or $0 charges? Do we have to charge, invoice, and take payment in order to make the ticket complete? When pulling the tickets without charges reports, I'd like to be able to clear that ticket. So it sounds like you have a couple different things going on here. What I'll do is I'll share my screen and I'll show you the report that she's referring to, and hopefully we can get a little bit of clarity here and point you in the right direction. So the report that she's referring to is, if you go over to the Syncro reporting, you scroll down just a bit, and it's going to be actually under the employees, and it's this one. It says ticket time by technician. This will show you all the time that is spent on any ticket, whether it's being billed or not. I recently just did a deep dive a couple of weeks ago. If you go over to our YouTube channel, Brandy did one this morning, and we usually put these right in the front of the first 5-10 minutes of every one of our Friday open office hours, with kind of just little tips and tricks, just so you guys know if you didn't know about that already. So one of the ones I did was efficient ways to charge time. I'll link that in, and I'll drop that into the chat box. But this is the video that talks about all the different ways, what the difference is between charging time to a ticket or not is. So I'm not going to go into the intricacies of that. So I guess for clarity for your question, you said, how do you know if a ticket is complete? It really is up to you how you choose, how that makes sense for you. For some people, resolved is like the end status of things. If a ticket is resolved, that means no other work needs to be complete, and you can filter by those statuses. You can also include any additional statuses that you need. So I have some in here, just literally if you have resolved but invoice needs to be sent, and you're using that new functionality that, resolved ready to invoice or something like that. That means you've reviewed the invoices, they're ready to send. You could use that custom status in that new feature that Brandy showed you with the recurring invoices that only sends pulls in those pending ticket charges that fall under this status here. So again, there isn't a way, if there's time added to a ticket, there isn't a way to clear it out of the system, out of this report here. It'll show if time is being charged or not, but if there's time attributed to a ticket, it's going to populate on this list here. So hopefully that helps point you in the right direction.
Awesome. Thanks, Tatiana. I just have a little comment in here. Super nice. Dean Murray, hi all, new trial user here. Just wanted to say that overall the journey has been really great so far. Had a small issue to begin with, but support was excellent. Apart from the UI, when is this getting updated? Everything is super, thanks. So really awesome. Glad you have a good experience. Anything we can help with along the way, let us know. Welcome.
Yes, welcome, welcome. Speaking of our amazing support, we do have a support person listening in and very, very nicely corrected something that I said. Let me go ahead and revert a couple of things. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go back to that Twilio one. I'm still learning because this is brand new and it's huge, but I wanted to just show, it was highlighted that this, important notes, if the autoresponder is blank, it will not send a message. So these are in that, after you have that Twilio integration set up, you will have the ability to not send autoresponders if you don't want to. And then the functionality that I showed you in the ticket is when you can pick and choose then which ones you want to send via text message. So thank you for your help, and hopefully that clears things up a little bit. The other one I was going to grab while I'm not muted is from Joe. Hey all, is there a way to mute alerts for an asset without changing the profile for the device? Or have an if-then statement to enable or disable an alert for a device? We have a device that has the alert devices with problems for a USB monitor that is using the driver recommended, and there is no issue that we can find. The alert keeps coming in. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, if you just go to, oops, I went to the wrong one. If you go to alerts, if you keep having the same error, you know that it's not, of course, you know, I'd be interested maybe to like look into that a little bit further, maybe figure out what's causing that alert. But what I wanted to show is that you have the alert here and you have the ability to mute those alerts. And in fact, you could just say, I don't ever want this again. But you can specify how long you want to close out that, and that doesn't change anything on the policy. It mutes just that alert for that machine unless you wanted it to mute it for all assets. But it sounds like in this use case, you just can mute it for that one particular machine. So hopefully that helps.
Awesome. I will take the next question here. It looks like it is from our Q&A is just all over the place. I apologize, you guys. Actually,
It's usually so easy and just
it's
perfect.
It's usually right at the top. I totally missed my question. I do not see it anymore, so I am gonna skip my turn.
Oh, okay. Are you ready, Brandy? Do you have any? Or
Yeah, I have one in here from Randy. So I've been trying to use the employee time clock and would like to automate sending timesheets to our payroll company. Any way we can get the reports to export to CSV or get a better format, automate sending, etc. This could be powerful if we could implement it. So a couple things here. I was just pulling up my time clock. Most reports you can get to CSV. This one there's not an option here, but you could print. There is a print view. I like that request. I will absolutely pass that along too. And Randy, I think you're in our Facebook group. Wanted to just mention too that speaking of feature requests, little quality of life feature enhancements. I saw Andy posted yesterday, probably around this time yesterday, asking for improvement options from you guys, and they're having a little contest. So if your selection get your quality of life improvement feature gets shipped, then you get a free Syncro mug. So if you're not in our Facebook group, join. If you are, make sure any of your really awesome ideas you explain how that would help your business in there, and hopefully you get picked. And it helps everyone. And I loved it.
Awesome. Alrighty, I found my question. It was from Derek. He says, Tatiana, we have customers that have their own Bitdefender accounts, and we have customers that use Bitdefender from an old account of ours. We want all of our Bitdefender clients, other than the ones with their own, to use our Syncro integrated Bitdefender account. Is there any way to show all the machines on Bitdefender if they are using Bitdefender from Syncro or Bitdefender that is not managed? So currently we are working on, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I don't think it's a huge secret or anything, but you will be able to. Right now, you can't migrate your licenses from Bitdefender, but we are very, very close to allowing that to be able to happen. And so if you have a Bitdefender account that you've provisioned elsewhere, soon you will be able to bring that over to Syncro. I don't know how it will work if your customers have their own Bitdefender accounts that you are trying to manage. You can either write me an email, your account rep, or you can email support on that one. So as it is right now, if you are looking to use Bitdefender through Syncro, you do have to provision the account through Syncro, but you should be able to move those licenses over. I don't have a timeline, but it should be coming pretty soon.
Yeah, this one is really interesting because if I'm reading it correct, it's almost like there's like 3 sources of Bitdefender.
Yeah.
And so what, like I'll say, like I said, like Tatiana mentioned, we are working on this for sure, the ability to bring your own Bitdefender essentially. We would not be able to merge accounts though. So I think it's kind of like you'd have to pick one and then make sure, you know, you're going all from that one account. And then in addition to that, is there a way to show all machines on Bitdefender if they are using Bitdefender from Syncro or Bitdefender not managed?
Mm.
I believe you can run a saved asset search. And my guess is, this is interesting because I wonder if you could run a saved asset search, because of course we have like a predefined one that has Bitdefender or not. And I think if the predefined one, let me just show you. This is interesting because I wonder if
he said he doesn't see that as an option. That's the one I was showing earlier when he first asked the question, but
fit in here.
Yeah, he said it, he doesn't see it as an option.
Okay, so the thing is what I don't know, and I would have to get clarification, is if this is only picking up if it's missing Bitdefender provisioned through Syncro. That's what I don't know. And so there's also a way about this too, where if that customer has Bitdefender and it's a certain like version, like you could search it in a different way and have a totally different saved search for that Bitdefender. So I think there's ways that you could do that. It's a little bit interesting, and your setup, my guess is, would have to be kind of like looked at a little bit more with a fine tune on that, because it does sound like you have 3 different ones.
Yeah, I would say that the short answer is no, you're not going to get like a list of Syncro managed versus non-Syncro managed Bitdefender. If that's, it sounds like we're kind of, I don't know. He says it still isn't answering his question.
Yeah. And
is it a help thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's I think essentially if you're only wanting to use the Syncro provisioned one, and I'm assuming it sounds like you already have one that is provisioned through Syncro, my guess is you would have to uninstall and reinstall via Syncro. So you'd have to uninstall and then reinstall via Syncro, is what it sounds like to me. I was just going to, if it's okay, I was just going to grab this one because I haven't heard of this. Shane wants to know, I have a custom Syncro integration with Integromat, a great alternative to Zapier, which I didn't know. And it sounds like maybe Repair Shopper has that integration, which I also didn't know. So I'll check. I'm not sure. Our API has improved so much that it's very possible that you could, obviously if you've built something already, we don't have any plans that I know of to build out this integration. But one of the things that we've done is incredibly, it kind of blows my mind how much work we've put in API to just increase our security and that kind of thing. You can create a new token We give you some predefined ones for our most popular integrations, like Zapier, for example, but you can create custom permissions and choose like what access that actual API key would have when you're building your own custom integrations. It's absolutely phenomenal from a security standpoint and just from a convenience standpoint as well. So just thought I'd throw that out there as well. All right, what's next?
I have one on top here from Derek. I got a response from our support. The question was, can the saved asset search for a bit of software by name use I want to say it's regex. I don't know what that is. REGEX. For example, if I have one for a Windows agent, but it also finds data Windows agent. So for this right now, the response that I got is it looks like right now we're just matching by the application name string there. This would be a good request to surface in the feature in our feature request group. So I will go ahead and pass that along for you because it's, even if it's just adding contains versus is logic, it would help you unblock on that so you can search multiple versions of that same software name. So I will definitely pass that along for you, Derek.
Awesome. Thanks, Tatiana. I'll go ahead and grab a couple in here. So Anonymous is asking, any idea how to get through to WorldPay? I've called many times with no callback. Yes, let me drop a direct contact over there in the chat box for you. Chris Manger should be able to take care of you. So we will drop that over for you. And then Paul is asking, is there any way to bulk edit to change things like priority not included in bulk actions? There isn't currently a way to bulk edit things like that in tickets, but I have passed that along as a feature request for you.
Awesome. Okay, next question here is from Paul. He says, I've created a customer named new ticket queue that receives support tickets so I can triage them. Does Syncro have any kind of queue capability, or is there a different way I should try to consolidate new tickets not sent from specific clients but sent to our general support at email and then assign them to a customer or in a to-do list? So share my screen. There's a couple things we're at play here and I'll show you how they are all related. So a couple things, I went over to my admin section, scrolled all the way down. I selected mailboxes and email roles. That's where I'll be showing the settings today. In mailboxes, I have a general help@mycompany.com, which I'm editing here. So you'll notice that in this section, this is where I'm guessing you have your general at yourcompany.com. You can see automatically create tickets from emails received to this mailbox. You can say if you only want that for existing customers or not, or if you want it just for everyone. Right now, if somebody new emails you that is not a current customer within Syncro, they will automatically filter into your leads section. And in here, you can search if a ticket has been created or not. And again, you're adjusting that setting right here within the mailboxes as I'm showing you. So again, when you're setting up your mailbox, first make that decision. Do you want tickets to be created or not? And then you can also say if the ticket status is new, or you can say new created for this specific mailbox. Again, you can add any random ticket status that you could possibly want. You can also assign it to a technician or yourself if you need to, if that person is handling distributing those tickets evenly between the team. So once you have those set up in there, and again, I recommend checking out the leads module as well, you have the capability to, in our ticketing section, to organize your tickets based on saved ticket searches. So in this section here, you have the capability, I'll show you, I have a couple different ones. I'm going to modify the filters here. You can set a different default for yourself, and for each person on your team, they can have their own default based on their own ticket queue, what their preferences are there. So mine is sorted by date. That's what I called mine. And again, once you get in here, it's pretty straightforward. But for yours, you can say, for example, I don't want to see any resolved statuses. I only want to see the new tickets and maybe that special new random ticket status that you created just for that mailboxes. Maybe you want to pull that into there. And again, just set these here, and then that will show as a priority for you in the way that you've organized that information in that section there. So hopefully that points you in the right direction.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Randy, I'm going to read this out loud because I think I have the answer, but I just want to read it out loud. Maybe someone else knows better. So we get emails direct from clients, not to our support address. And when replying to them, send a CC to our support address to get a ticket open. I would like it to only use the client's email to create a ticket, not add an empty one or include our support address as a CC. any method to simply send the info without it adding a ticket under empty. I do know for existing tickets, we can add the ticket number to the subject, but this is more for a new ticket. My understanding is that if instead of replying in CC, if you forward, just like immediately forward that in to your support instead of the CC method, this should work just fine and use only the customer's email address. Does anyone have anything else to add to that one? Because I'm not positive, but I'm fairly certain. And of course that changes the workflow a little bit. So I'll also bring this up to the team, Randy, no problem. The next question that I have is from Derek. If we use Screen Connect, do we have to use it for all assets or can we use only on some? Great news. Yeah, you can use it for only some. So let me just share my screen here really quick. It is on a policy level. It isn't global. So I don't have the Screen Connect integration set up on this account, but essentially what it will be and what it will look like is kind of like, it'll have its own little section here and it's like bring your own and then you can check Screen Connect. So you can do that on a policy level. So yes, you don't have to install this it's not like an all or nothing type of thing. And what's nice about that is that then depending on the machines that you do have it enabled on, the other really lovely thing about it is that it doesn't replace Syncro Live to have also Screen Connect or one of our other third-party tools. It just essentially, I think it says remote access instead of Syncro Live, gives you a drop-down, and then you have the option to choose which one you want to use. So it's incredibly flexible because even if you're using Screen Connect, a lot of folks really love Syncro Live and the different modules. So you can kind of use the, different options there as well. Hopefully that helps.
Awesome. Thank you, Crystal. I see a question from Mark. So is there a way, is there a way to archive a contact, especially with their credentials, not just a company? Super good question. Right now, you're not able to archive a specific contact, only a customer. So you can do that. I think it's a great idea and happy to pass that along. I think I've received that request a few times as well. If you do delete that contact, all of their data as far as like previous tickets and things like that would absolutely still be in the system. But yeah, I completely understand what you mean there. What you might want to do is you could either create a custom field or you could remove, I guess you could change the contact information, right? Rather than, I guess you could take the name out or the email address and add some additional information just so you still have those credentials in there. But you can't currently archive that contact.
Awesome. Thank you, Brandy. Next question here is from Derek. He says, is there a way to disable nagging when ticket diagnosis isn't set? So yes, I will show you how to turn off that notification. If you go over to your admin section, go under tickets, preferences. I've opened it in a new tab. I'm hoping this is what you're referring to here. So if you have those unselected, it will not keep reminding you on a daily and an hourly basis that you need to set a diagnosis.
He just said regarding that, he only wants it on new.
Oh, I think Crystal, you look excited. do you have the answer to that one?
I'm not showing this, but if you only want that action to happen on new tickets, do you want to show how they could do that with ticket automations? So like you could globally turn off the nagging diagnosis, but you could keep it on for specific statuses.
Yes. So are you referring to in the admin section under ticket automations in here?
Yes, please.
Yep. So I don't know if we have a built-in one, but I'll just show you guys here. So you can see if the ticket status is new. This is new to me, so I'm learning something as well. So ticket status is new. Then you can say, am I completely missing it? Diagnosis? That's what I'm looking for.
I was more thinking like, essentially you can have it send an email to the technician, to the customer. You could have it post in Slack or Teams or something like that would do the same as the nagging that you are registering for new statuses. And this way you can even choose you can choose how you want to be nagged, and then you can also choose what it says. So Cool.
Love that.
Sweet. Thanks, Tatiana.
Awesome. Andy, going back to leads and email rules, they work well, but would it work too if, for example, they had a generic email address, like, I guess, domain, like gmail.com? I obviously couldn't add this domain to a customer, but as long as they're a contact with the Gmail address, will it create tickets automatically rather than sitting there as a lead? So if that contact is added, and I'm just going to show a couple things here. Let me just share my screen. So you could have that contact under that particular customer, and absolutely, you could also enter their full email address here. And so I could say brandy@gmail.com. Whoops. Then I want to add that to this particular customer. So you could do that, and I cannot type today, but you could absolutely do it this way through an email rule. And then yes, those will create tickets. Now, again, while we're here, I just want to show, and if you haven't set up your mailboxes already, those are in the admin section. But you will also want to make sure that you select never, always, or only for existing customers. So if you wanted it always for existing customers, always, never, you can decide in here. But if they do send an email to your particular support email address that turns into tickets, then yes, it would work even if they have Gmail.
Awesome. Austin's asking if we have any updates on the Mac client. Not yet. Not yet. We don't have a ballpark ETA at this time for the Mac agent.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting because where the Mac agent stands right now, I mean, the functionality is really great for what we monitor. So like with that, if there is anything specific that you're looking for, like to be added, happy to hear those requests as well. Okay, Randy, I love this. I would like to be able to update status, run a script, take action, etc. on a ticket based on inbound email that contains some special text. Is there a way to do this? If not, feature request. So obviously we have ticket automations and we have automated remediation. So, I mean, it's not going to be triggered based upon an inbound email at this time. Love the request, going to pass it along. Because yes, I agree with you. I think it would be really cool.
Awesome. A couple things in here. Derek says Screen Connect is the best way to go for Macs with the agent. So yes, if you do have any Mac devices, and I'm sorry, Austin, if we didn't say that clear, we do have a Mac agent and it is in beta. So if you're new with us and you aren't added to that and you have Mac agents, you can absolutely email your sales representative, so one of us, or help@syncromsp.com, and they can grant you access to the Mac agent beta. We'll send you the feature matrix, but currently to remote into a Mac, yes, you would need to use our Screen Connect integration if you wanted to do it that way. So thank you for that little reminder there. And then Tim's asking about Linux support. I know SNMP is in the works, but native Linux support on the roadmap. Not currently. Our plans are really to build out the Windows agent, followed by Mac, and then I don't know if we plan to add Linux in the future, but worth a request.
Awesome, thanks. I'm gonna read this out loud, and I'm going to talk through maybe the first part of it, and then I think I might not know exactly the second part. I know it's possible, but I can't remember exactly how to structure it. But the question is, I see custom tags on several different areas, but haven't quite figured out how to put them to work. Someone mentioned including a ticket number in the subject of an email would then be able to apply it to the correct ticket. Can we go over what should be included in an email subject for correct assignment? So I'm going to show you a couple things in regards to email rules, and then I'm also just going to show you like automations and how to like use those tags. So I'm going to be pretty general. While I'm doing that, do you guys know exactly the structure if you're going to forward in an email? Like, is it in brackets, the ticket number? Does the ticket number have to be in brackets in the subject?
I can pop the KB in there. It says exactly how to do it. Yeah, let me do it now.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then, so I'm going to handle more of like the general question on tags, because template tags are you'll see them everywhere throughout Syncro. So I just like the one that I love. One of the ones that I love the most is through automated remediation. And like if you just, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to grab whatever automation here. You'll see all of the tags here listed. And what's nice about that is that when you're having like a ticket created automatically, for example, you could have the subject be like ticket number, like that kind of thing. You could add that to different things in your email. You could add that into a public comment. You can use any tag you want. You can use these tags when you're updating your PDF and email templates for your tickets and generals, estimates, invoices, that kind of thing. You can actually, we found out you can use those in canned responses, right, Tatiana? I think we found that out on an open office hours. Yeah. So you can do that. The other like real strong use cases for using specific tags, if you go to your admin section, we see this all the time. A lot of folks ask this always, how can we clean up the way that our ticket comments look? We get this almost all, I mean, I always get this. So if you go to tickets and preferences, you can head down to additional settings here. So this is just kind of a random tidbit that I wanted to throw in here when we talk about ticket tags, but this is where you can customize text for either timer charges or ticket charges. So if you just click the little tooltip here, it'll give you a list of all of those available tags for that area. So that's a strong use case there. So hopefully that helps. And then Brandy, thank you for popping that into the chat, and that will help you be able to apply that ticket number to emails as well.
Perfect. Kimberly is asking, can you show how to run a script that will run Windows updates on an asset? So a couple of things here. It really depends on what type of updates you're looking for. So if you're referring to updates like software updates, 1909, 1903, things like that, those are going to be handled using a script, but we don't provide that script. I have personally Googled that script, and it's pretty easy to find, just a PowerShell script for 1909, 1903, and you can add those into the system. I would recommend you just pass that off to one of the technicians. But another thing that you're able to do is in your policies, which is really where you're going to handle most of your Windows updates, your Windows patching. You can do this for a group of devices at one time, and you don't need a script. So if you come in here, you'll go to your Windows updates, and I'm going to pop open a new window here. I can create a new one. You can have multiple different schedules here as long as they're not contradicting each other. So I might say, okay, I want these 3 categories to run weekly on a Friday night. And if you need to prompt a reboot message to your user, you can absolutely do that. Maybe you want critical update to run daily. I don't really know how often you want these to run, but on the master policy, you can just say, okay, here's my daily one, here's my weekly one, and no script needed for these types of updates. So again, those are going to be done on a category level. There's some nice reports too to show missing patches by KB as well as vulnerable systems, and you can install missing patches in mass across a group of devices. But as far as things like 1909, 1903, those are scripted, and those scripts are not provided, but they are easy to use. Awesome. I say easy to use. I am not an MSP.
Love it. Next question here is from Jason. He says, can you add multiple email addresses to the default customer contact? There is a field on the form, but could we have multiple addresses separated by commas? So I will go ahead and share my screen. Show you guys. Right now, I believe there's only one official email address supported on a contact per contact basis. If you need to just store emails, you have the ability to create custom fields in here. You also can, if you're just trying to forward in tickets from possible domains, we show this if you edit the customer's profile, you would be able to go over to your custom fields. And here under the email domains, you can enter, like if they're emailing from, larrysbusiness.com, then any ticket would be automatically attached to this customer's profile. But for right now, I believe there is only one email per customer, per this main customer profile, as well as on a contact per contact basis.
Yes.
I just popped in the WorldPay contact. Sorry about that, and thank you for the reminder.
The only other thing Tatiana, did you show this? Sorry if I was looking at something else. Did you show like the additional CCs for like invoices and that kind of thing on a customer?
Oh, no. No, I did not. I can show that as well. So yes, if you have, so a lot of people, we just did a couple updates to this section here, and you now have the ability to choose, for example, let's say you have a finance person and you don't want them to get any tickets since they're not going to be creating any, they just want to get the emails. I would list them as a contact in here and just select this box right here to make sure they're only receiving billing emails from you. You also have the capability in here for everyone else. Again, everyone will be CC'd on their own tickets, but let's say, Larry is the business owner and he wants to keep track of everything that happens. You have the ability here for every other contact to make sure, for example, if Crystal or Brandy or anyone else creates a ticket and you want the direct report or the business owner or the manager, whoever it might be, to be CC'd on tickets created from this contact, you can utilize this direct report section there. So these are also pretty straightforward here.
And then the last other, because I'm realizing that there is like a lot of different places to put this, because the last one was if you go to the customer and you edit the customer, this one too, if you edit here, did you say this? Did you show this one? This
Did
one?
not. Nope.
So like if it's just invoice emails, if you wanted to CC them there, so if this wasn't a contact, so like I guess the main thing usually what we see here is like if there's like an outside accounting firm or something like that you want all invoices to be sent to, but they wouldn't necessarily be a contact for the customer, that's another place to throw that in there.
Mm-hmm. Lots of options for you guys.
Awesome. Mark, I love your question. Is viewing chats available on the mobile app for Android? So currently, chat is not available in the mobile app for iOS or Android. But I do think that is also one of those very last feature requests. Unless it's already shipped, I think it's something that's on our roadmap soon, right? Nope. I think so. I heard someone else say that they were told. So, I'm going to go with it. I'm pretty sure they're going to be adding that, though. We've gotten a lot of requests for
that. Well, it's 9:57 here, Pacific time. We've got 3 more minutes. This is like the warning bell.
Everyone's going to pop in their questions right now. I know it.
50-something questions. But yeah, feel free. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for attending. Thank you all for joining us today. We love doing open office hours. Again, this has been recorded, so if you missed half of it or if you want to check out the ones that we've done in the past, you can. They're on our YouTube channel. We usually post same day. Sometimes it happens on Monday. Can you give a summary? You stay cool, Joe.
Awesome.
It's got 2 meanings. Like, are you cool or is it hot outside?
Here.
Is it Friday? I don't know.
Jeez, I'm trying to get through this. I'm trying to get through the words. Can you give a summary of where we are on reporting and networking updates? So for reporting, we're continuing to add new reports a lot and updating the reports that we already have. So that's still part of an active priority on our roadmap for sure. As far as SNMP, we're working on it. We're chugging along on it. So things are looking good. Can you add fields to the associated assets on tickets?
I was trying to work through that too. I don't.
You can see custom fields using the magnifying glass.
Window.
Oh, I see. So you're saying in the quick view modal, can you add things? Is that what you're asking? Here, like this? Card. I don't know. Long and short,
Yeah, send an email.
yeah, send us an email. You can add whatever custom fields you want here, and all custom fields will show in this quick view modal. So yes, you can add custom fields. I don't know the quick view modal from the ticket only shows a couple of those custom fields if I remember correctly. But okay, I will go down rabbit holes, so I'm not going to do that. It's 10 a.m. So thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.